Well, how's it going, guys? That's right. The Crusader's back. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the truth about crypto. Now, a lot of people have been, making videos about crypto for years now, pretty much since 2017. There's some things that they're not going to tell you that I'm going to tell you right now. When it comes to crypto, the whole thing that sparked this whole craze is Bitcoin and the fact that it came out, it was unlike anything else. Well, I guess there was a thing that was before it. I think it was like an e-cash or whatever, but it never took off. The Bitcoin is really the original cryptocurrency blockchain technology that ever existed. And the people who got into that early made ungodly amounts of money. They became multimillionaires, some even billionaires. And when people saw that, they all were like, whoa, people are making a ton of money with it. Because before that happened, no one gave a shit. If someone came up to you back in 2009 and was like, oh, hey, there's this internet money that you can buy. I want to buy some. Everybody was like, what the hell is this? Like, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't know because nobody had gotten rich off of it yet. But now you can see all these people, all these influencers on YouTube that are rocking in Dubai. They look, most of them nerds. And it's like, holy crap, how'd this happen? I want that to be me. I want to get rich. So a lot of the influencers know this. So they make videos saying that they've got like this inside information or they know about how to do trading, which that to me is hysterical. The TA guys, the technical analysis, thinking that, oh, you're going to use those lines and those magic trigonometry. If somebody actually was able to use technical analysis to make a ton of money in crypto or in anything, in stock market, they would be like so freaking rich. They would not be screwing around on YouTube. Okay. Like that's just people who would be worth that kind of money would not be screwing around selling courses on how to do TA on YouTube. They wouldn't be doing it. So just know that a lot of that TA stuff is mostly bullshit. And also, I'm going to say something else. Most people who actually made money in crypto, they didn't make it from trading. They made it from getting in early and then holding on to it or, taking profits and selling on the way up. That's how the majority of people who actually made money in crypto did it. Or they issued some coin and rugged people. Basically, they issued some token acting like, oh, this is going to be the next thing. A bunch of people buy in and then they dump on them. That a lot of people made money that way too. I mean, there's a lot of people getting in trouble for that, like the Safe Moon guy. I think he's looking at a hefty prison sentence. But there was a lot of that going on. Needless to say, the allure of crypto, why everybody's so crazy about it, is because everybody's trying to get rich. I mean, let's face it here. The crypto influencers, they want to be rich. The people who are listening and watching them, they want to be rich. People kind of care about the tech, but it's only in regards to, okay, well, yeah, well, you got all this tech, and then the number is going to go up, right? That's what anybody cares about. And the unfortunate thing is because most of this technology, which I think is cool, it's still not, people aren't using it like in their everyday life. I mean, I guess more people are using Bitcoin, but let's face it, the vast majority of people, they don't have crypto wallets. They're not using blockchain technology. It's all, oh, okay, this is going to be something in the future once this happens. So everybody's trying to speculate by buying coins thinking, okay, well, if I get in early and then I'm going to be able to cash out and be rich just like all the other idiots that are in Dubai kicking it, with the German accents and everything. Like, they're, oh, yeah, that's what I want. So that's pretty much what everybody's looking to do. And the thing that I think is really important for you guys to know is that it's the whole situation is a lot similar to back in the 90s remember when there was Super Nintendo and Sega? Do you guys remember that? You had two gaming systems. It was like, okay, which one's better, right? Sega better? Oh, no, the Super's better, right? And it was pretty much who was going to win. You guys remember that? Well, it ended up being Super Nintendo, and I'm going to tell you why. Sega Genesis had better technology. They had all this add-on shit. Remember, we had blast processing, and then you could add all this shit, you put it on the side and the CD, and then 32X. It was like you put all this stuff on it. The only problem is they didn't make any games. So it's like you bought the technology's better, but no one was developing on it. Super Nintendo, they had more better developers. That's why Super Nintendo won. So when these people start talking about the technology and everything, it's like, okay, yeah, that's great. Technology, it's great to have, but you got to have people developing on that shit in order for it to be sustainable and go up. Because, I'm going to level with you. if you pick the wrong one when it comes to these blockchains, one takes off, the other one doesn't, you're pretty much going to lose all your money. It's either you're going to be rich or you're going to lose all your money. That's like, but the only problem is there's so many right now to pick from. It's like you don't know which one to pick when it comes to all this. And then you got the crypto influencers, and they get on there and they're going to act like they know what's going on. All they're trying to do is get views. They're just trying to get something to talk about. When the price is going up, people watch them. So then they're like, okay, great, I can get a following. And then, normally most of them come out with a coin or something. They can say, okay, we're having a token sale to kind of capitalize on the YouTube channel. Because I'm going to say something else. If you don't have like millions and millions of followers and views, it's very hard to make any money on YouTube unless you're selling something. You got to be selling something in order for it to even be worth your time, because making videos is time consuming as all get out. It's like you got to film, you got to edit, you got to upload it, you got to take the time, you got to set it up, you got to make a video. Like, it's very time consuming. So a small YouTube channel that, it is only, bringing in, let's just say 50,000 views, per video, that's not going to be enough to live on or even be worth your time. So a lot of the crypto influencers, they go and they have NFT projects and they have coins and all this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you something about NFTs. And this is very disappointing to me. I am an artist. Okay. I value art. I think art, is just wonderful. It's a big part of my life. And I thought that NFTs were about the art. I'm a dumbass for thinking that. I thought that NFTs were a way to sell art in a way and distribute art in a new way. And the quality of the art is something that would merit someone wanting to buy it. I was dead wrong. Nobody, as far as NFTs are concerned, nobody cares about the art. All they care about is that NFT's price going to go up so then they can sell it on somebody else, dump it on somebody else and make money. That's the whole thing. The whole thing. It's we don't care what the beginning and the middle of the story is, as long as it ends with me making money. That is what crypto is. I'm just leveling with you guys. That is what it is about. Nobody wants to buy an NFT and just keep it. They're all thinking, okay, well, I'm going to dump it on somebody else. And same thing with all the coins and tokens, all these projects. All the people are doing is holding on to these tokens, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Cardano, Solana, all of them. They're all waiting for a time when more people buy in so they can then dump on them. That is what they're waiting for. And even the crypto influencers, it's like they act like, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you when I'm going to sell. I'm going to tell you when to buy. No, dude, they're going to sell when it behooves them to sell, and they're not going to tell you. You think they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm selling now, so you better sell now, like, so then you can dump on them? No way. They're not going to do that. They're looking to dump on your ass. I'm just saying, it's just honest. It's just honest engine when it comes to all this stuff. When it comes to money, it's like everybody's in it for themselves. They'll just just call it for what it is. That's fine. I think that a lot of people right now are frustrated with the crypto markets because Bitcoin's gone up to, 112,000, and then it came back down to like 109. All the alts where people thought they were going to make their money, that really hasn't gone up that much. So everybody's getting a little nervous because it's like, okay, well, Bitcoin's already doubled its all-time high, whereas the altcoins, they're not even close to their all-time highs from before. So it's like maybe this alt season that all these crypto influencers have been promising us, it might not be coming. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, and I'm going to tell you why. Everybody's using the same information. Everybody's like, okay, we're going to wait for the halving, and then we're going to go and we're going to load up in the bear market, and then when it gets high, the halving happens, and then the price is going to go up. We're going to dump on everybody else, lock out, and move to Dubai. That's what everybody thinks they were going to. That's what everybody thought they were going to do, because they're like, okay, well, let's just say, Cardano's all-time high before was like $2. So like, oh my God, if it goes, let's just say it could go to $8 this time. Well, it hasn't gone. It's gone to like, I think it was like $1.15 or something, maybe $1.20 is what it went, and then it's come down, and now it's at like 80 cents. Like, we're getting late in this thing. Now here's the thing. It may be delayed because of the uncertainty of the economy, the tariffs and all that stuff. That may be stifling this down because a lot of people are scared about what's going on in the world right now as far as the markets and everything. And when people are scared, they sit on their hands. They don't buy anything. But I'm just I am saying this. When it comes to this stuff with crypto, it's not, there's no sure thing. And people need to know that this may be it. I mean, it may be Bitcoin only goes up to doubles its previous all-time high and then comes back down. So it's like, that's something that's in the cards. There may not be an alt season where everybody makes a ton of money, because you got to think there's way more coins than there was before. Every day more coins are being made, which is diluting the market. And like, as far as like news of people actually using this shit, it really hasn't taken off. It's not like Amazon. It's like, it's part of Amazon or like one of the big tech companies that you're using that shit every day, or like Twitter. Like it's got to be used in a capacity that everybody's using it in order for it to really take off and stay up, as opposed to just people buying it up, raising the price, and then dumping on everybody else. So until that happens, it's going to be a kind of a shit show. And as far as Bitcoin is concerned, it's probably the closest thing to actually having that happen, because there's now ETFs. People are looking at it as store of value and all that kind of stuff. So that's a safer bet, but you're not going to get the gains with Bitcoin like you are, or people are looking for with the other ones, because Bitcoin is already at over $100,000. I mean, like, you know how much money? It's already a $2 trillion market cap. For it to double in price, it would have to be a $4 trillion market cap. That's a lot of freaking money. That's just for it to double from where it is now. Whereas the other ones with smaller market caps, it takes way less money to move them. But then it's way more risky, because it takes way less money to dump them down to the freaking dirt, which is what happened. A lot of the people in the last bull market got their asses handed to them, because they wrote it up. They're like, oh, we're all rich. And they took screenshots instead of taking profits. And then they get sold all the way down. They kept thinking it was going to come back. And then it didn't. And they either sold at a loss, or they held all the way down, and their value plummeted to where they're in the negative. That's for most people, that is what happened. So I just want you guys to be careful and don't overextend yourself. The biggest problem, this is how people go down and crash and burn with crypto. They either use leverage when they're trading, which means if you use leverage, like let's just say 10x leverage to say it's going to go up. Well, if it goes down, you get liquidated. You lose everything. Same thing if you're using leverage for it to go down and you're shorting it. If it goes up, you get liquidated. A lot of people get wiped out that way. And another reason people get wiped out is they're using their rent money or their mortgage payments to buy this shit. And then, it doesn't go up as planned. And now they're like, shit, I need my mortgage money. So they start selling at a loss just so that they can do damage control. That's another thing that can screw you. So if I was to give any advice as the way the state is right now, I would slowly buy in, very little, and I would kind of wait and see what happens. I'm already invested. So it's like, for me, I've been buying during the bear market. So it's like I'm up, but I'm not up enough to really like take up any more profits, because it wouldn't have been worth it. You see what I mean? So it's like, that's just where I'm at. But anyways, just figured I'd let you guys know about that. It's something I've been thinking about, and I figured I'd share it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Crusader out.